Greetings, people of the internet! I am LUCHA MAN! And welcome to LUCHA MAN Reviews! We interrupt your regular scheduled YouTube surfing to let you know that, yes, I am still here. I'm still doing the stuff for this channel, and so is everyone else. And wow, this is the second time I've done an update recently, so good. We got a theme going on here. Anyway, alright, and I am happy, proud, super excited, and stoked to review Lupin III, Part 4. Oh man, so yes. Me and everyone else here on this channel, we are huge fans of the Lupin series. It is a classic series, it's been around for ages, highly recommended. Especially, but kind of for the older teens, like, there is profanity, there is violence, and there is some nudity in some of either some of the shows or the manga, so please watch and read responsibly. So yeah, when I saw that they were doing the fourth part and bringing it here, I was like super excited. I was happy for this. It is great, and I got to watch it, and holy smokes! Okay, so here's the history of Lupin III. It's had 4 anime series parts. The first part was the Green Jacket. The entire series in subtitles is out on DVD. The second part, the Red Jacket series, started with green, worked our way to red. This had about 150 episodes. Less than half were translated to English and put on DVD. But this is the one that everyone knows and loves. This is the one that the United States got the most exposure of Lupin II. And this is also the one that has... Okay, so when they announced that this series was coming out, they said it was being directed by a Mr. Richard Epcar, and I was like, wait a minute. So I did some checking. Richard Epcar is the original voice of Jigen, the gunslinger from Lupin III, the Part 2. And so then when I was watching the show, I was like, wait a minute, I recognize these voices. Lex Lang is the voice of Goemon, the samurai. There is Fujiko, who is voiced by Michelle Ruff, and I'll cover something there in a moment. And yes, so much yes, the Tony Oliver, the voice from the second series, is reprising his role for this Lupin III series. Now then, there was a third series where he wore a pink jacket. I don't have that much information on that one, I'm sorry. But then the fourth one is he's now wearing a blue jacket. So I'm watching the series, and it is so reminiscent of Lupin. I mean, you have the 4 main characters, the 4 main thieves, the 4 main voice actors reprising their roles, and it is just it's great. Now, here's what. There is a 5th character who's very important to this whole series. Inspector Zenigata. He is the inspector from Interpol, who is always after to try and get Lupin. The voice most recognized was Dan Lorge. L-O-R-G. Lorge. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but I'm sorry. So, but he's not being voiced in this series. Zenigata is in the series, but his voice is being done by a different voice actor. So yeah, 4 out of the 5 originals. That is fairly impressive. All right, this series it takes place in Italy. Yeah, so it's really great. It has the animation style. It looks really well done. It's not like jagged. It's not. It has smooth motion and fluid. It does follow the Lupin III formula. It does have the funny facial expressions and features. It does have some stuff that defies the laws of gravity and physics because, hey, it's a cartoon, so why the heck not? Yeah, it does have a very good Lupin feel, and based on its location and some of the gadgetry I've seen, it has some elements of like Assassin's Creed from like the Ezio Auditore saga and from some of the recent Syndicate saga. If you see the series and play the games, then you'll know what I mean. Yeah, so I watched this. This is my first impression of this, and they said this was the first Lupin in the series we've got in 30 years, 3 decades. I was like, so what, the woman Fujiko doesn't count? And okay. So I'm only pronouncing Fujiko's first name because for so many years I thought it was Fujiko Mine. But for this episode, Inspector Zenigata refers to her as Fujiko Mine, M-I-N-E. M-I-N-E is how it's spelled, and I always thought it was Fujiko Mine, like Lupin III, the woman called Fujiko Mine, but so either it's pronounced Mine and I've been doing it wrong for all these years, or I don't know, just for this episode, or I don't know what it is. I honestly don't know, because if this was a mistake by the voice actor, I think they would have caught it before this went to air, but still, that's the only nitpick I have about this. Otherwise, it's great. I mean, it's great having the 4 voice actors. Voice acting work is great. The animation is great. I love the sound. I love the music, and honestly, you should listen to like the stuff from like the 70-year from. You should listen to the Lupin III soundtrack from like a couple of years ago. It is really great. Man, it's so great. I'm a huge fan of Lupin. I'm gushing about this show. Yes, I am. I'm sorry, but I just love it so much. A couple of years back, okay, several years back, we had Lupin III: Treasure of the Sorcerer King. It was a game I got for the PlayStation 2. It was great seeing all the CGI characters. Everyone's animated as Lupin. All the Lupin characters were animated really well, and they actually had the second season, second part cast do their voices also. Lupin is a great series. I've enjoyed it for many years, and I highly recommend it. But like I said, it's for the older teenage group because of profanity, violence, and occasional nudity. Yeah, so it is a good series, and I thought, wow, this Part 4 thing, it really is living up to the Lupin franchise. So by the time I post this video, we'll be getting near to the release of the second episode of the Part 4, so it'll be interesting to see how many episodes this has, how long this lasts. It'll stay on Toonami, and now here's the question. Will we see other episodes of Lupin III on Toonami? Will they reprise the second part? Will they show any of the first part? Will we see any of the third part? Will Tony Oliver and the rest of the cast do any more voices, any more redubbings? And it's just so amazing that one of the guys who voiced the series is now directing part of the series. So this is great. Who knows how long this is going to go on? Will we get a Lupin III Part 5 at some point? And there's also, like I said, the movies and the woman Fujiko. Fujiko Mine, Fujiko Mine, I'm not sure. But so, like I said, as a huge fan of Lupin III, it's a little hard to be unbiased about this. But it's great seeing him back in action, seeing some of the jokes. Seriously, like the first episode of Part 4 pays tribute to like the original intro from Part 2. Yeah, so it is great. Aside from that one little nitpick, so I give Lupin III Part 4 a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, so like I said, the Fujiko's last name is the only nitpick I got. The other maybe small thing that Zenigata's voice. Well, here's what it's kind of like. Whatever series you start with, that's the one that you know and love. You know the actors and the voice actors. So like it's not just for this, it could be for like anything. So then when so much time has passed and then they have someone change, you kind of knows it and it just sticks. And you're either okay with it or you're not, or you can just learn to live with it, or just the subtle change is just slightly annoying to you. But yeah, even though there's that, even though it is a different Zenigata, I still like it and I highly recommend you give it a check out. Okay, I've clearly fanboyed about this for way too long. Thank you for watching, and until next time, this has been Lucha Man, saying thank you for watching, and have a nice day.